Hey guys, welcome to another commentary done by Diggity. This is Fighting Spirit Mania. Bottom left hand corner we got Fighting Spirit Mania lower bracket grand final. So Bonyth wins the 7 best of 7 here. He's already up one set. Then he is the champion of Fighting Spirit Mania. If Dewalt somehow manages to win this best of 7 best of 7s, then so if he wins 4 of these best of 7s, he will then advance to another set of best of 7s. And if he can win those, he will then beat Bonyth. So basically, Bonyth gets 2 opportunities of sets of best. It's a lot of Fighting Spirit Mania. Or I should say, it's a lot of Fighting Spirit, hence Fighting Spirit Mania. Because, you know, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over again and expecting different results, right? Very human. Pylon down, bottom right-hand corner, by the way. Very fun colors this time. We got black versus pink. Dewalt starting bottom right-hand corner as the pink Protoss. Double... We're having a little bit of chat, background Twitch chat, where they're commenting. So previous map, there was a little bit of... I don't know that I'm going to upload that one, actually. Just because I don't want to get into... I don't want to get into Brood War rant politics. And I had a little bit of that. If you want to see it, go to my stream if it's still around by the time. Probably won't be, but that's okay. You didn't miss much. So, instead I will say... what am I going to say here? If the color is green, I might do the color swap to the red versus blue. Just because the green on the map can end up looking a little bit blendy. Also, I want to note that's, I think as far as a bit of trivia, why they don't use that white color tile set anymore, because that actually hurt the player's eyes over time as far as needing to practice it regularly. Dark mode is a saver for many people. Especially, eventually programmers oftentimes will swap to it. Some because they're like, oh, this is cool and trendy. Others because they're like, yeah, my eyes hurt. Cybernetic score dropping, gateway up, by the way. First scout for Bonyth this time. Dewalt going for the mid-map scout and going to top right. Could get very late information as a result. Doing a good job of getting some work done on that initial probe. Has gotten it to base health. Second pylon dropped. So Bonyth at least going to have that information. In the meantime, he's going... Gateway robotics, or sorry, Gateway cybernetic score himself. Because it's Bonyth, my brain immediately starts saying robotics, even though, because it's more as classic. When I think Bonyth, I think Reavers is what it comes down to, just because his Reaver control is so incredible. Matter pylon from Bonyth. Zealot starting to work on that. Dragoon about a third built. Bonyth does have, so it looks like Dewalt going to turn around, make his way bottom left, is going to find the proper scout. I'm curious if there's ever been a match where Zealot has managed to march across the map and defend another ramp to make it look like... Pylon's been wiped out, by the way. To make it look like they're at a different base. This probe not going to be able to make his way in, but at least we'll be able to confirm location. And probably is going to hang out here to the natural expansion for a bit of time. That will put Bonyth up. Or maybe a probe. That's actually a good point. Worst making the... Worst 21, shout out to him out in Twitch chat land. So, yeah, move a probe out, then blockade the ramp to mess with your enemies. One gate into robotics. And this was with range skipped for Dewalt. So maybe wanting to get, so very likely wanting to get Fast Reaver. There is an edge case where we see DT drop, but I have a feeling this is just to get Fast Reaver more than anything. And Dewalt's probe getting pushed, wow, way back. Gets wiped out to the 9 o'clock location. A Dragoon actually moving up to try to confirm things. Sees a second Dragoon and a Zealot. And it looks like it is going to be one gate robo opposite side, but with range as an advantage. 2 Zealots. Sorry, I should say 2 Dragoons and a Zealot at the front. Decent troop count opposite side. Shuttle building... Do we see... Yeah, robotic support bay. Bonyth with the second gateway down, so he's going to go robotics into second gateway. And doing the more defensive thing, which survives against the push that he executed in game... What game was that? 3? Game 2? But gonna march forward regardless. Wants to get eyes on that natural expansion and maybe capitalize Otherwise, with the troops out of position, Bonyth really... It's kind of interesting watching these two play because I think Bonyth more often than not likes pressing into his opponent and getting small micro victories, able to confirm the lack of natural expansion, where I feel like Dewalt likes absorbing his enemy's attacks more often than not. Shuttle speed upgrading. The shuttle already making its way out with nothing in it. Is this to... This is interesting. I'm wondering what play this is. So we got an empty shuttle now. Oh, to confirm the natural. So wanted to see whether it was... That's cute. Very smart. Worst informs me that... The Worst is really on top of stuff, by the way. As far as player behaviors, you should get into commentary. Something Snow does quite often to check the nat. I hadn't seen that before. Now I'm going to add that to repertoire as far as things I know about Protoss players. Snow apparently does it quite often to check the natural expansion. That is very clever. Observer making its way out, by the way. Same on the opposite end. Reaver on the way. I believe Bonyth is going to be able to spot that Reaver as it scoops up. And Dewalt now moving in, sees the probe in position, but ooh, got to be careful with that Observer. The Dragoon's fortunately on move command, so saw the Observer make its way in, but not able to hunt it down. Able to confirm there's a robotic support bay behind all of this. Whoop. That Reaver about halfway finished. That actually is good because it kind of distracts. Might distract Bonyth a little bit. But speed now finished. This Observer out is going to turn right back around. They're going to plot what's in here. Second gateway plop down. Range as well. With the earlier Reaver, one Scarab shot could decide this. The Observer tracking the rest of this army. Bonyth moving forward. Going for... Is able to wipe out that Observer. Which is going to make it a little bit harder for this Reaver. He's out of position, though, hunting that down to get back to his main with Reaver speed. So this is opening up Dewalt to get a big shot, potentially. One shot off, another one, getting a lot of probes with that. Finally, the Dragoons arrive. A little bit of the Zealots disrupted. A second Zealot dropped to make sure that shuttle exits. And now we got a second Reaver at the natural expansion. Bonyth is going to end up with a natural up much earlier. So we'll see if this is, in fact, a Pyrrhic victory overall. And Dewalt's still scooping around, but we got an Observer pinned here. Dewalt in a bad position, honestly, because he's got to do something with this Reaver now. And he's also... So it's... the one advantage he has here is shuttle speed. That is it. Otherwise, supply counts are effectively even. So he's at even armies. He keeps trying to dodge, run around this Observer, and the Observer just has it all spotted. He's got two Reavers, it looks like. So he'll have a one Reaver advantage briefly. That second Reaver is just about to finish. It's not going to have the shuttle coverage. Ooh. Still took a shot. Right there. So he needs to get something done here. Defensive pylon out. It's briefly halted. That Reaver exposed. Shuttle taking some damage. Now Dewalt all in, and I don't think this is going to be a favorable engagement. Does manage to wipe out the Reaver from behind. And there's a third Reaver that was scooped up and brought to the front. So 3 Reavers against a lot of this. And Dewalt doing his best to try to shuffle and scoop, but does have the 2 Reavers remaining. So 2 Reavers versus 2 Dragoons and a Reaver. Underneath with the Zealot in between. He does not have the shuttle protection. More Dragoons making the way forward. This is going to be close. Dragoon gone, the Reaver taking shots. This Reaver going to walk its way and actually empty the natural expansion. Whoa, close. Holy cow. And now starting to attack that natural expansion. So Dewalt actually able to get some purchase and now has the brief worker lead. That's going to also allow him to get that natural expansion up potentially on his end. If he can take down the natural, that would be great. But there's still 2 gateway production and some Reavers being built at a closer proximity. So Dewalt, once he wipes this Nexus out, needs to retreat immediately. Well, maybe not, actually. He can still hold outside the natural, and he's got this Observer advantage over the cliffside. So ignore that comment from me. He's actually going to go up. I thought he was just going to hold and wait for the Nexus. Instead, moves in. 1 Reaver down. The second Reaver is not going to be able to get a shot off because it's still trying to build that initial shot. So 2 Reavers down. And that's GG. Whoa. So much for the patience. GG, Dewalt takes the win. And now has moved up to 3 wins. Or is that the set? I need to check something really fast. Best of 5, that would be the set. Instead, I'm going to increase the score right here for just a second. He's got to win 1 more, because he got to win 4 out of 7, right? 4 out of 7 is your victory condition. Yes, that is correct. So Dewalt on the verge of taking his first set here if he wins another match. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for listening.